Okay. Well, there's what was it. Okay. So I'm gonna start. By getting. What now? Oh, alarms. It's kind of nice to look at it from the angle. feel like when I teach, like I'm teaching it, I almost need to have it. All right, so I got that more at the right level. I just felt it. All right, so now I have the height of that better. And then I actually kind of inadvertently did. I do a little bit of here. Alright. So this should be about a 40-degree angle. And this is more straight across. So now I'm getting a little bit more of that definition there. Now I'm gonna start kind of lining that out because there was just way too much hair. So. Adjustments needed. Oh, there's already a little. It needs a bigger. That's doing nothing for me. Give me something thick. This might be a little too thick for it though. Nope. I think it's gonna fit. All right. Sorry about the noise, guys. Much better. Not bouncing in my hand so much now. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, just basically rounding this part out, making sure that we've got this, the A. And go that way. I don't know how to do this. This is why I didn't do this before. Jesus, at least try to look. So now we've got, okay, you know what? Where does it go? Now we've got Morgan. This is not actually part of this. It is a such effect hanging off on those areas. Jesus, definitely. There. Already looking butt-like. And then we're gonna start at the bottom with this. See, here's the foot. We're gonna go right above the top of the foot, all the way around. That is our length on the bottom. That's it. Then I'm gonna take my scissors at a 45-degree angle from there, trying to give you guys a visual, something like that. I literally put the scissors up against the foot to help me stay in one spot while I do the 45-degree. There it is. All right. Another thing, you want to make sure that we have anything past the line removed. So it should be a straight. We remember we are still going to go back and clean that up later. That's the end. But now we've got straight line down. Oh, I just got to take some of this stuff out in the middle. Makes it hard to see. So straight line. And from there, so I just kind of rounded this part out for my guide. And then make sure we still have that line. So that's when we rough cutted that. Because we got all of these marked out, but I'm just kind of clearing them up again because I brushed it out. Straight up and down. And this is at the angle that I still can't remember, and for some reason did not write on my notes. And then we'll rounding this out as we go. Again, not perfect scissoring this time, just trying to get it so that we got the sculpting finished. Now, here's where we start having struggles, is we want to make sure that we're taking off enough of this as well, because we don't want it poofed on this side either. That's when we're going to start turning this inward. Okay. And then again, here is leg is good. There's back. Back here's the other way, just so you guys know. We're rounding this out. And for this, I'm really going in at like a 45-degree angle. No, not 40, like 15. Let me do angles. And then to continue, big thing here is that you're doing a lot of sculpting. I'm gonna try to put it over the other side so you can see it from that angle, maybe. So I've got basically this side of it. I don't know why I keep doing that. I can just turn it. So this side is getting there. This needs like that. Did I maybe take a little too much? Nah. Changed my mind. I was thinking maybe I did, but no. I think it's actually pretty good. But we'll also find out once it's done. And I stand back and look at it, and then I will pick it apart. Because why not? Okay. So the main goal is to just, you're getting rid of these corners. There should not be any a whole lot of completely straight lines. Everything, there shouldn't be any major corners. Should be all pretty well rounded. I still don't like. Now I've taken even more off. Why not? This is my problem. All right. Okay. That's one side. Again, we're gonna go back over all this with to make it perfect. We are just trying to get the sculpting. So the scissoring doesn't have to be 100%, which is good because mine is never good. Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the other side. I'm gonna do the same. Is it best to go from this side, maybe on this side, or let's see how this works. And I am watching the chat if anybody has questions. So I'm making sure everything past that line in the street, that was a weird flash, is gone. Because we don't need that. Okay. And then we have this line. So around the top of the foot. Just like that. And then okay. So now I've got that line kind of more set again. And I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. All right. So starting to kind of round this all out. And we're going to keep it on the table because that's what we're supposed to do. I'm not. All right, see, it's coming along. Starting to look like a real leg. It really is just like sculpting. I mean, with sculpting, you are just taking little bits off at a time like this. So I actually watch a lot of sculpting videos. Partially because I like sculpting, but also because it helps me kind of visualize how to do it. And actually, that's Untek, who's like probably the most well-known instructor in the States from Korea. He actually does like classes where he uses clay work for like teaching structure, which is really cool. I've been wanting to take that actually. Doing that 45-degree angle again. Oh boy. So you can kind of see how I've done so far with it. And you have to keep going back to places and checking. Because sometimes you do it on one side and it looks better, and then you do it on the other side and it doesn't look the right way, and you got to match them up. Um, in the US, I was always told that when you're doing, um, like if you have one side messed up on a dog, you just like groom the rest of the dog as if the hair was there, and then you tell your judge. But they actually do, they want you to just make it balanced. That's the like main goal. That's the most important goal, is that the dog be balanced. And so if one side is smaller than the other, it's not balanced. So and as you go, like you'll notice things that you're like, I actually prefer, I want to do it this way on the other side. And then you have to go back. Or like, oh, I took off too much here, so now I have to go back. Got that. Just about. And again, when you're trying to get things like straight, you want to make sure that like when you look at it, you're looking from, like if I look at it at this angle, the way that you can see it, I want to see that line there be nice and straight. Obviously, it's not perfectly scissored, so it's not going to be, but that will be the goal by the end. So, but I'm trying to make sure that I have it sculpted to about right, so that when I go do the scissoring, that or the final scissor, I'm just literally cleaning up the lines. So you gotta look at all angles. And look at that, I'm back on the other side again, trying to fix everything because that's what I do. But sometimes you have to. All right, so I feel pretty good about that part. Now I gotta do the inside of the legs. So I'm gonna make sure I brush that all out. I'm gonna do one more kind of cleanup in here of like the big stuff. So I've already done it a couple times to kind of get it started, but I just want to make sure I know where my line is. So, yeah. This part is so annoying. I hate it. But like, I'm glad they taught me how they do it because I would have never thought of it this way. But then once I figured it out, I was like, oh, so easy. Just time consuming. If anyone has questions, feel free to message or comment in the chat. I'm kind of going around, like we're getting this roundness in in the legs too. So you'll see I'm kind of going in at different angles around the foot as we go in. And I know it's hard to see what I'm doing. I am doing some graphics that I will put on my website and like explanations with the videos, so maybe it'll help. But if anybody ever wants to just get a lesson to just message me. An in-person lesson can be really helpful. I am trying to do some get-togethers with some local groomers about like for model dog, getting some practice. So All right, so we're still doing pretty good on time, luckily. I am going to also show how to do the head and ears and tail today, and then Thursday will be our final cleaning it up. All right, so that's, is it perfect? No, not even close. I could probably sit here all day and pick at it, but I can't. So we're gonna go with what I've got for now. They'll get better each time. A little too much. Okay, so we're gonna call that almost done when I finish clearing up the inside of the legs, because they're looking pants are hanging a little bit. And sometimes you gotta go to this side. Like, look at the inside too. Okay. Well, there's nothing left. So that is getting now. Next part is the head. First of all, gotta comb it back out again because I've been manhandling this thing. Alright. So first is the very front of the visor, halfway down the muzzle. Anything past that, we're cutting off. Yeah. And then we're also going to do from the eyes up at a 45 degree angle towards where we just cut it. So that, you know, the dog doesn't end up with hair in their eyes. And sometimes you do have to kind of fiddle around with the hair in here because just the way it is. And when you put your eye in there, it's like already it's already words. Like it'll get bunched up and stuff when you put the eye in there. So then it just sits weird. So I always like to kind of neaten that up. But again, from the eyes, going up at a 45 degree angle. Yeah, everything that was passed. There. All right. Then I'm gonna do the front here. So here it is for the front half, the back of the ear, 45 degree angle. And then you go up. Then in the back, it is a 90 degree angle from the floor. Now we also have back here animal thing, and so I go from where the top of the shave line is. I like to clean that up a little. Then I go 45 degree angle here. And then this side. You went 45. And then back here, straight. And try to line that up with the back of that. I'm tired today. Now we're kind of getting some shaping. And I'm going to start taking these. You can kind of see there's like the corners that I'm going to take off. Just kind of keeping that same flow that we were doing going up. And this also helps to like build the hair up so it stands better without the product. If you're building it from the bottom up like this. Now, big deal. So we want egg this with the small side that direction when you look from the top. So I'm also working on that, making sure it lines up with the egg shape that I'm going for. See how it's kind of building up and shaping? And yeah, so from down here, get a bit for you guys. We're going for egg shape, short end towards the butt. So we've got that. And then we want to make sure we got this shape correct. So I measure with these scissors from the shave line to the top of my blade. That's the highest point. So then I'm gonna just get at a better angle. Hold on. And I like to start from the back like this to kind of get things building up. And because the highest point is going to be like right here. I feel like these ears are really far forward. I don't like it. But I might just be losing my mind. Excuse me. Okay. And then there is a little bit of an angle back from here as well, because the top is kind of more in the center. And then we're going to just round. And you just gotta make sure that both sides match. I still need to practice rounding. I am trying to practice it with my straights like they do it, so I can get better at it. But in the competition, I will probably still use curves because I'm not great at it yet. All right, so I would have liked to have a little bit more at the back here. I accidentally took a little too much, but and I took a little too much off the front of the thing too. But you get the point. Okay. There's the top knot. Last thing we're gonna do tonight. This thing. You got 10 minutes left for tonight. So I combed it back out again just to be sure it's all nice and well combed. And it should be about halfway up the tail. And the best way to do it I don't like that. Hold on. I don't like it. Pissing me off. All right. Nice to see it. I love seeing it. Having the screen also projected up onto my vibe board is really fun for me. Actually, it's been really nice to see my stuff from a different angle than I'm used to. I'm putting a hole into the wig so that I can find the hole that's in the mannequin. And it goes this way. You can see this. Yeah. Shit. Just to reset your dog because it's messed up. Okay. So, obviously it's too big. We're going to cut it down to size first, basically the roughing for this part. So, first thing I do, I actually like to kind of flatten the top a little bit. And then, actually, let me move these scissors. These ones are, I don't remember, but these ones, I do the blade length. And basically the point is just to make it so that it's the right size for everything. But I put that in the middle so I can mark here is the one side, and here is the other side, and then I'm literally cutting straight line all the way down, getting all that hair off. Because anything past the line isn't going to be used. That is the widest point is right there. So I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, straight lines. To show you, it currently looks like that. Then we're going to do this direction. So put this in the middle. You can feel where the tail is. In the center, like that. And then I'll do it again, like that. I'm pretty sure these are setbacks. I'm still stuck on what my scissors are. So, again, just straight lines all the way. I'm just rolling it out of the way. There. Now, that you can see pretty well where those are. It's now turning boxy, but more weird tonal plane. So first thing I'm going to do is take from the bottom And I want to find, there's that line. That is where that is. So I want to stay just below that. So I basically, I bring my scissors up like this until I hit the thing. So that would be my line. You can see now where it's going. All right. Getting boxier. And I do from bottom to top, so the box is all the same length. There. We basically got a square tail ish. So it looks a lot more square here because I feel like it can't see very well. Anyways, so when you look at it from this angle, you've got the square. So you're going to cut off you're going to make it a hexagon. Right? And you're going to cut the corners off. Octagon? I am not a geometry major. This is straight. There. I'm going to show you again. It's kind of turning circly now. But it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an octagon. So now I'm going to brush it all out again, or comb it all out again. I got the basic shape, like the basic direction that I want to go. So I'm just going to now start literally just going through. So I made like one line where I'm connecting the dots. Now I'm making one next to it, and I'm just going to keep going. That wasn't helpful to show you guys though. Hold on. All right. So here I'm doing gonna do some rounding here. So start. Hold on. All right. So I get one line, nice and round first. It'll only be perfect from one angle, but that's okay because you're going to go to a different angle after. So there. That's what I just did. I think you're going to take a little bit off of there. Yeah. So now we've got our first little line of where we are, and we're just going to keep going. So if I put it at this angle, so I'm just cleaning up the edges as I go. Turn it again. And you just keep going in the circle. And maybe I see it from a different angle and I grab a couple pieces because I just do that. So now we've got okay. And then we just keep going in a circle, and we keep twisting. And it gets easier if you do the curve. You don't have to do as many passes. I'm just practicing. So I'm just continuing to round this all out so that from every angle it looks like a perfect circle. You can see on this side I haven't done it yet. See where it's going. That's pretty darn close. So, there is one last part. So we got to do the ears, which are easy in theory. I was taking pictures, so I had an extra one in here, but normally I just have one. Or I had two extras. There you go. There we go. I always just quick do a quick brush it back out again with my brush. Now get the other side out. Come on. All right. Nibs, dude. Okay. We're going to cut a lot of this off, so I'm not worried about having it combed all the way to the tips. I'm not. So. Sorry. This is really bugging me. Okay. So we want to go down by this point of the chest and just above it. So the widest part of the chest is here. We're gonna go just above it. I just do it at the widest part of the chest because I am terrible at getting I'm just trying to get it so that it matches up. So I kind of did little cuts to mark it, and then I'm gonna go straight across first. And I found for me it is best to do the straight across first on both sides. Why? Somehow I still can't manage to get the stupid thing to all cut the same way and be even. All right, now check. I lift up like this so I can see everything from this angle. And I want to make sure I'm looking straight down and just making sure there's nothing and that this is going straight this way for now. And that they're both the same length. Yes. There. So then you can kind of curve up the tips. Give it the bevel kind of look to not too much at an angle. But so kind of like that. And then when you want to check it, you want to kind of pull all the hair like that. It'll help kind of get it to where it needs to sit. And then I'll do this. I'm just turning up the sides a tiny bit, like the corners here. And then this, I'm kind of just getting, I didn't help you guys see that. So okay, so now you can see I've kind of done where it curves in more here. And then I just want to make sure that all matches enough. Lift and kind of do the same thing. Kind of just lightly rounding so that there's no like straight line, like stark lines like that. Well, now I'm upset with it, so that's fun. Yeah. So, last part, I always like to make sure I look at it from the back as well. Because guess what? It's not fucking anybody. So I'm gonna move the tail for you guys so you can see it. How do I do this? There. That's how you do that. Put your dirt down there. Go. Now, all right. So, gonna get some of that hair off. The rest of the dog. Just kicking off hair, not combing it. Make sure I one go in. All right. So that is the sculpting and I don't know, rounding. So Thursday we're gonna do the final go through of everything, like the final finish, and then next week I'm actually going to use this model and turn it into the abstract competition, something for that. So you'll get to see that, and I'll use my airbrush and stuff, and then we'll go back to working on the trim. So we'll take a break next week from this for some fun. Thanks, guys.